I'm going to show you my exact cold call script that filled up my calendar with 5 to 10 appointments every single day. And this was back in July when I was doing all the cold calling for my own agency. And actually, this is how I hit my first 10K month with my agency. But I'm literally going to give you the entire script, break it down. It's a full blueprint so you can go replicate this no matter what niche you're in or what you're offering. So this is going to be a banger video. If you have any questions, want the exact script, DM me on Instagram. But starting off right away, the first thing I want to preface with a cold call script, so many people are always looking for the perfect script. Oh, what's the best thing to say? What is the perfect thing to say? And to the most basic thing is that most people don't realize it's more how you say it, not actually what you say specifically. Because you can have the best script in the world. Think about I heard this analogy before, but think about Kevin Hart, obviously super funny guy, comedian, right? Actor, amazing dude. If you go and give a random guy in the street Kevin Hart's exact script, who's going to be more funny, Kevin Hart or the guy? Obviously Kevin Hart, because the way he expresses himself, the way he talks, that's what makes it funny. It's a lot of times it's not even what he says. Yeah, what he says is super funny, but like the way he says it, it makes it 10 times funnier. It's the exact same thing. Now relating it back to this is it's the exact same thing there. You could have the quote unquote perfect script that you've made 80 iterations of. You've been split testing it, optimizing it, tracking your data, all this stuff. But if you just sound like a bot, you sound like a robot, you don't sound confident, then you're just going to come across as, okay, this person is calling me, but they don't even sound confident in what they do. So why would I possibly want to jump on a call with this person if they don't even sound confident in what they're actually reaching out to me about? So that's the first thing, is confidence is the number one thing. And you don't need to focus on all these Jeremy Miner NEPQ things of having like this super dialed in tonality. But if you take one thing with your tonality, it's going to be confidence. Confidence is the 80-20, meaning that if you're going to do one thing, just be confident. That's the biggest thing with it. I know sometimes it's tough, but even like sometimes you can fake it. Just act convicted. A simple thing you can do is just stand up. I always loved taking my calls actually standing up, and I should have probably made this video standing up as well to give you a better idea. But when you can use some tips, number one, stand up. Two, use your hands, like motion when you're talking, even though they can't see your hands. Just motioning it's going to help you get more into it. It's going to help your tonality as well, and also make facial expressions. So when they say something that you're interested in, like, oh, that sounds interesting. You see how my facial expression changes. Whereas if I was going to try to replicate the same thing with a straight face, oh, that sounds interesting, right? It's just like awkward. So like actually get into the conversation and like dig deep into it, because you don't want to be the guy who just reads off the script. Because even like you could have the perfect sales call script as an example, but the reason I can't close at 70% just copying like Matt Ryder or Jeremy Miner's script is because I'm not a dog at sales, or as much of a dog at sales as they are, even though I have the same script, but they have the years of repetition and practice. But also they go deeper. They don't just talk on the surface level of the script. So that's like prefacing before we even get into the script. That's a lot of the stuff right there. Because again, you could follow this but to the T, but if if your tonality's off, then it's not going to mean anything. So that's the first part of it. Now, with cold calling, let's get into it actually. So the first part is we have the script is broken up. This is the opener right here. Think about like the hook of a video. The first 10 to 15 seconds, it's the most important part. I should say 5 to 10 seconds. The first impression they get is going to be the most important part. So we need to have a good opener. This right here, I'll always love doing a pattern interrupt, meaning these people get calls every day from people saying, "Hey, how's it going? Awesome. I'm Noah with XYZ company." And the second you say that, instantly they position you as, okay, you're the same as every other person that's reached out to me today. And the second they do that in their mind, subconsciously, they're either going to hang up the phone or they're just going to say, no, not interested, and hang up. And you've probably heard that before. So what we need is to interrupt the pattern. So first of all, hey, this is John, right? Yeah, okay. And then this is the pattern interrupts. Hey, John, my name's Noah. If I told you this was a cold call, man, would you want to punch me in the face? You see right there, that is something so different. I guarantee 99.9% of you have not tried this opener, but adding in some humor in there is one of the biggest things, because a simple laugh, what it does is it releases dopamine, and dopamine immediately is going to lower your fight or flight, and they're going to be like, yeah, sure, go ahead. right? And that's what they say. I would say my pass through rate with this is like 85-90% when someone picks up the phone, just because the opener, it's such a pattern interrupt, and then also adding some humor in there. You can try some other stuff, even just being straight up, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a cold call, you have like 20 seconds, super quick, right? Even like that works super well. But here's even a more dialed in one if you want to add some humor in there. But if it's not, you have the delivery again matters so much. If you just sound like a robot, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I want to punch you, and then they hang up, right? That would suck. I haven't had that happen, but that's the first part of it. And then, okay, yeah, go ahead. Awesome. So basically I'm working with, and you see these little brackets, you're going to fill in. This is for you to actually go and fill in like your specific niche and everything like that. So it's just a plug and play. And again, if you want this, just DM me on Instagram. So awesome. Okay. So I'm basically working with 2 or 3 niche. So I'm basically working with 2 or 3 roofers around your area. And I've been getting some pretty crazy, some pretty decent results lately. Now I'm going to break this down line by line. What I'm doing here is, number one, we're quantifying it. So so I work with roofers and help them. No, we want to quantify it. So I'm working with 2 or 3, so specific niche around your area. So specifying it to them instead of saying, hey, I work with roofers in the US, right? So we're specifying, getting as specific as possible. And I'm getting some pretty decent results lately. And you notice this, some of you are like, why do you say this? Well, if I say we've been getting some amazing results lately, immediately they're like, okay, sure, but you're a sales guy. Of course you're going to tell me that. But if we go and say we've been getting some pretty decent results lately, nothing crazy, like 3 or 4 jobs a month, right? We're not promising them 20 jobs a month because that seems super unrealistic. But this is also known as damaging emissions, where it's not even like 3 or 4 jobs a month is good, right? It's not a bad thing at all. But we're making it seem like, yeah, like nothing crazy. We're not over promising. We're getting you like a decent number of jobs, like 3 to 4. And again, we're quantifying it. We're not just saying, hey, we help roofers in the US add an extra couple jobs each month, which is probably what a lot of you guys do. And that's why you're getting positioned in the same boat as all these other cold callers that these people get called by. And we say, yeah, nothing crazy. But to be honest, I've actually never worked with a roofer in your city before, which is why I did actually want to reach out. So then we're actually giving, again, another damaging emission. I'm actually not working with someone in your specific area, which is why I did want to reach out. But I guess before I even go further, are you even able to take on more jobs right now? And the reason we ask this, there's 2 reasons. Number one, is I made the mistake in the beginning. A lot of people make the mistake in the beginning of when you're cold calling, it's just you have your opener, they say yeah, and then you pitch them for 40 seconds straight. And it's like, oh my gosh, they're trying to wrap their head around the entire call. Like what are you actually like selling me, right? Like what's the whole point of this call? So we need to add in some questions to make it conversational. The cold call should be a back and forth. It should be like a ping pong, right? It's kind of like on the sales call, like the discovery, you go back and forth. It's the same exact thing here, because if you just go and straight out pitch them, you'll still book some appointments for sure. But if you make it conversational like this, they're going to feel like they're in the conversation, and most importantly, they're going to feel heard. People, if they could choose one thing, they want to feel heard. That's what everyone wants. That's what people commit crimes for, is because they want to be heard and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But then also, we're pre-handling the objection at the end where they say, oh, I'm not really able to take on more business now. We're literally just pre-handling that. So I mean, I guess, are you even like looking and like able to take on more jobs right now? And we kind of pull back, like, hey, we have this thing that's working. We're looking for someone in your area to implement it. But I mean, let me push back a second. Like, are you even like able, I guess, to take on more jobs? Like, would it even make sense for me to continue? And you're pulling back and you're making them qualify to you why you should keep talking. And it's crazy because it changes the entire dynamic when this person actually positions you as the authority and they're saying, hey, yeah, I still am looking for jobs. And it's like now you're on the front foot. Now they're like, oh, this guy's a G, or this girl's a G. You know what I mean? So, okay, sweet. So basically how we've been getting, again, 3 or 4 like jobs a month. Again, nothing crazy. Recently, in around your area, basically what we do, and then you just get into your pitch. Now that sounded terrible when I said that. You make it a little smoother for sure, but it's something like this. So you just want to, okay, sweet, transition. So yeah, basically how we've been getting a couple extra jobs a month recently is basically with, and then you're going to go into your pitch. So let's say we do Facebook ads, pillar 1. Let's say it's the ad targeting. So let me just write this so I can kind of go through it. So targeting, pillar 2, and ideally, again, this is like how you pitch on sales calls. You break your service up into 3 to 5 pillars, ideally like 3 pillars or so. So the targeting, the custom ad, and then the AI qualification. Got spelling right there. Awesome. Without pain point, this will be lead quality. And you're going to keep this pretty short and sweet, but you're going to see right here. And I'm just literally making this up on the spot with you. So yeah, so basically how we've been getting roofers a couple extra jobs a month right now. Basically, number one is we're only going to target people in your market who are actually looking for a new roof, who actually need a new roof. Instead of people just kind of browsing around, just clicking around, we're only targeting people actually in the market for a new roof. The second part is once we find these people, we identify them, we're actually showing them a custom branded ad that's based on your company. But also, we're not saying, hey, get a new roof for $5,000, and we're not attracting money. We're not attracting people who are looking for the lowest price possible. We're finding people who are looking for quality roofs because that's what you do. That's why I reached out. And then the last part, after we have all that, that's going to do most of the heavy lifting. But once we get those people in, we actually use AI on the back end to actually go and pre-qualify every single one. So you're literally only speaking to the most motivated people. Because trust me, like John, I'm not sure. Have you done like ads before where you got a bunch of garbage leads and stuff? And again, we're going and asking them a question, making it conversational, and you're tying it to their pain point of which is probably lead quality. Oh yeah, dude, I've gotten burned so many times by these leads. Yeah, man, dude, and I can totally relate with that. I guess what type of ads did you do before? Oh, we were doing it was like Angie's or whatever, and which for those of you who don't know, it's like a lead source for contractors. Oh, gotcha. Well, I mean, why were the leads so bad? Well, dude, they were just like they were looking for a new roof in like a year. It's like I want new roofs now, and you'd be like, yeah, and that's exactly what we do. If someone's looking for a new roof, like more than 6-12 months on the line, like we don't even bring them in for you because that's a waste of your time. But yeah, man, I mean, I guess everything that I just kind of outlined, does that sound like something that's like terrible, or like what are your thoughts on that? And you see the reason what we're doing right here is we're saying, does that sound like something that's terrible? And you're kind of emphasizing this because everyone's going to say, no, it doesn't sound terrible, of course. And then we're going to say, how does that sound? Leave it open ended. They're going to be, no, it doesn't sound terrible. It sounds good. And then we're gonna get a double tie down. Okay, gotcha. I mean, just for my sake, I guess, which part do you like the most specifically? And we're getting them to double buy in on what they like. And this is kind of a ninja trick right here. But another reason we do this is for the show rate, because what this is gonna do is they're subconsciously selling themselves what's the benefit of this call. And after you get off the call, because again, if you book these calls but they don't show up, it doesn't even matter. But after you get off the call, they're going to remember, oh, I really like this part about it, because you got the double tie down and you had them double confirm with themselves what they like about it. And they're going to remember, oh, this is the lead quality guy. I'm super excited for this call. And they're just going to have that in their mind before your call. So subconscious, that's what we're doing. We're getting them to tell us exactly what they like. Oh, I mainly like the lead quality. Okay, sick. Well, awesome. Let's do this, Sean. How about let's set up a time to go through kind of a bit more info and just kind of put together a roadmap to just see if it even makes sense at all. So again, see if it even makes sense. We don't even know if we can help at all. And again, put together a roadmap. This is something that does work well because it's like, hey, we're going to be customizing this specifically to you. So yeah, I mean, are you open to setting up just that quick chat? Is that something you're open to? And then if you go through this, just like how I did, 95% of the time, they're going to say yeah, because you made it exactly what they want to hear. Okay, cool. So I have time 1 or time 2. I either have 10 a.m. or 4 p.m. Tomorrow. Which one works for you? And notice right here, we're not saying, okay, awesome, what time works best for you? We're not leaving it open-ended because then we immediately give them the frame, give them the authority. We're going out and saying, hey, I have these 2 times, and you're giving them either this time or this time. And they're telling you, okay, yeah, this time works better. And they're going to make it work. You don't give them 20 options, give them 2 options, a morning and afternoon, ideally, if you're able to. And then again, or with show rate, you want to book as close to the same day as possible. So ideally, you book same day, but you want to do tomorrow, 2 days later at the latest. Otherwise, they're just not going to show up. Now, after you book them, this is some sauce that I added in here. And again, I'm giving you guys crazy value. If you have questions on this, just DM me on Instagram. I can send this over as well. But after you book them, we're asking them 1 or 2 more questions to make them feel like we're customizing the call specifically to them. So we're going to go out and say, in like a niche specific question. So like, and let's do roofers. So, hey, and by the way, what's the average like job size that you're actually like looking for, like roof size, in terms of like money? Like I don't know the wording. I'm not in roofing, but yeah, what's the average like job size you guys are looking for? Oh, like usually $25,000 and above. Okay, sick. And do you serve like all of Chicago or like which areas in specific? But we're asking them these questions. It can literally be anything. But the whole point of it is we want to make them feel like we're customizing it specifically to them. And this is after we've already booked them in. So then they're gonna feel reassured, like, okay, this person's actually putting in the work. He's actually doing research on my specific situation before our call. And that's gonna get them so excited for it. Then you're going to transition. Awesome. Well, I'm going to start prepping for a call at 4 p.m. tomorrow and just doing some research on your market before then. And kind of based off everything you showed me, kind of put together a custom game plan to scale it up, help you get a few more jobs. And then let me just send you the calendar invite right now, super quick. Can you double check to make sure you just got that? And you actually go and send them the calendar invite on the call. The problem is a lot of these people, they don't even add the call to their calendar. So like how are they going to remember to show up if it's not even on their calendar? But you actually send them the invite on the call and they go and add it to their calendar on the call. You get them to confirm, got it. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it, John. And I'm just going to shoot you a text right after so you can save my number. Do you mind just like replying to make sure you have it saved quick? Yeah. And then you go shoot him a text. Hey, this is Noah. We just got off the phone. Looking forward to our call. Did you get, let me know if you get this text. You're going to say, yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, dude, I'm super looking forward to it. Pumped for our call. Let me know if anything comes up. Otherwise, I'm going to talk with you soon. And then you just get off the call. That's the cold call right there. And that's telling you, if you can use this, but most importantly, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So again, this is a really good blueprint right here, but it's how you actually go out and say it, how you frame it. And again, doing these like ninja tactics at the end to make sure they actually show up, because you don't want to spend 4 hours calling, book 4 appointments, and have one show up. It's like you just wasted 2.5 hours of your time, 3.5 hours of your time. You know what I mean? Which is a huge part. But yeah, speaking of show rate, if number one, if you have any questions again about literally any of this, just go DM me on Instagram. I can send the document, or just SMA in general, DM me. Other than that, mentioning show rate, I actually made a full video breaking down exactly how I tripled my show rate for my agency to scale to my first 10K month. If you want to check that out, go see the video on the screen right now. I think you're really going to enjoy it, and I will see you there. Peace.